Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, July 9th, 2013. This is Jennifer, and I have a very special Talk to Me Tuesday today. It's the first one I've done outside in a while. This is the finished Project of Doom that we created on Fandom and Stitches and did for the Fandom and Stitches for charity fundraiser that we did for the Linus Connection. This quilt will go in the mail today or tomorrow as soon as I can get it out to PJ, who won our drawing. If you guys remember, we took donations of blocks, Project of Doom blocks, and created this entire quilt out of those donations, plus a small quilt that I just showed, I think, last week, that will go out to Linus this month. This one was the giveaway quilt, and the other one is the quilt that goes to charity, and we raised, I believe the total was $778. That was donations to the Linus Connections in an effort to win this quilt. So I'm really pleased that it is done. It has binding, it has a label, it has a sleeve. So I will be sending it to PJ. They can put it on a bed, they can hang it on a wall, they can show it, they can do whatever they want with it. The label does include the names of everyone that helped create the quilt, and I will show that label here. And now we're going to move inside because my neighbor's dog will not stop barking, and I keep having to stop so that it'll be quiet long enough for me to talk. Alright, we are back inside away from the barky dog who could not keep its mouth shut while I was trying to talk outside. I was trying to be really quiet, but you know, dogs have great ears, and that dog is a very sweet dog, but when you're outside it wants to talk to you, and I was trying to talk to you guys and not to the dog. So this weekend I had my house completely to myself for half a Friday, half a Saturday, and about half a Sunday as well. So during that time I went ahead and put the borders on my Doctor Who blocks, and my top is finished except for the final border. I can only show you guys the top half because blocks 9, 10, 11, and 12 haven't come out yet, and that is one and part of another row down at the bottom. So I will show you the top half, and then I will show you my 8th Doctor who came out last week. Jordan designed the 8th Doctor, and I hope you guys give her some serious love on that because it's her first design for Fandom and Stitches, and I was really pleased to get to include her in our Stitch Along designer lineup. So this is my 8th Doctor. He's designed by Jordan Dawes Muffin, and you can see this is what the 20-inch block looks like. I've got it folded back so you can only see this Doctor. The 9th week is on the opposite side of this, but I'm not going to show you. So basically it's the same exact, no basic about it. It is the same exact border that I used the first time. So this one you do 8.5-inch strip, 12.5-inch strip, 2.5-inch squares. This one is a 12.5-inch strip, a 16.5-inch strip, and 2-inch squares, and then the last one is a 16.5-inch strip, a 20.5-inch strip, and 2.5-inch squares. Super easy. It's the same exact technique all the way around. Just the main thing is taking your time and making sure that your corners line up. Mine are pretty lined up. I have a couple where they're just a little bit off, but in the big picture, in the overall scheme of things, I'm not worried about that being a teeny tiny bit off, because when it's quilted it'll look amazing and my daughter will love it. She and I are going to go this week and pick up the border fabric for this, and I'm going to make 9 Daleks. There will be 3 on each side. They're just going to be marching around the quilt, and once the border is on, this will be ready to quilt. And I'm still trying to decide if I want to do that myself or if I'm going to pay someone to quilt it. I haven't gotten that far yet, but the main thing is I'd like to have it done before the end of August. So I need to get this border on and get it to a quilter so it can get turned around, and I think apparently I'm going to send it to a quilter since I just said I need to get it to a quilter. Anyway, I need to get the border on so it can get quilted in time for her to have it. She is, I think, going to take it to school, and we're just going to go from there. If she wants to have it at school, then she can take it to school. In the last couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot of craft therapy. I find myself if I stop doing stuff, then I feel like I am, you know, I get a little more grief-stricken and a little more sad. There've been a lot of really unhappy things going on lately. People in the hospital, people sick, we've lost a couple of people. My cat passed away. The cat of a very dear friend of mine passed away. It's just been the summer of sadness. So in order to try to keep myself above water and moving in a positive direction, I've been doing a lot of crafts, and I pulled out something that I had bought ages ago to make over, and I hadn't, I just put it aside and I never did anything with it. And I do not have a before picture of this, because when I was doing it, I was just focusing on craft therapy and I just did not take a before picture. But this was actually a box that I found at Goodwill for like 50 cents. And it's, I think it was like a Victoria's Secret box. And I took, this is the original color of the whole box, and the original outside was like a sort of a cream, almost upholstery weight fabric kind of thing. So what I'm doing here is I want to make my daughter a sewing kit for college. I want her to have scissors and buttons and thread and things that she can mend her clothes with if she needs to. So that's what this box is going to be. I covered it with this awesome, I think this is an Alexander Henry fabric. It's just a piece of something I had left. I did some bibs out of this a while ago. You guys might remember I did some rock and roll baby bibs, and this was left over from that fabric. So I covered this. I used a couple of different things. I used E6000 to attach the box, and I used Elmer's glue all, and I think that was it. Normally I would do something like this with a hot glue gun, but I just wasn't in the mood to use a hot glue gun, so I wanted to try something else. It still has a slight E6000 whiff about it, but I'm hoping that that'll go away. But I'm also hoping it'll make it really strong that I used it on the E6000. So it's just got, I just basically peeled this box off really carefully, pulled it away from the backing. I recovered this using E6000 to secure it. I glued the box back on. And then this is glued on with just Elmer's glue all. I glued it all the way around, really secure. That's just a red piece of felt that I trimmed a tiny, tiny bit off of to fit the box. And this, if you can see it, this is actually 2 buttons. I glued a small button to the back of this larger button with E6000, and I let it set for like 8 hours or something. And then I glued it to the top of this box. And I didn't think about securing it all the way through, but I think the glue went all the way through because it's really secure to the top of this. And then this I stuck in while I was gluing. It's just a piece of black elastic. I stuck it in while I was gluing the back to the box. And so I have a nice little box I'm going to fill with sewing goodies so that when my daughter goes to college, she has her own little mending kit. So I have decided, in an effort to get all of my UFOs un-UFO'd, I'm going to send some of my quilts to Shannon, who quilted the Project of Doom that I showed you guys earlier in this video, and she is going to quilt them a little bit at a time so I can sort of spread the cost of that out over a few months. I'm going to show you my stack. This is the stack of unfinished projects. These are all finished quilt tops. I paired them with quilt backs, and they just need to be quilted. I haven't been doing a whole lot of free motion quilting because the last time I did it, I hurt my shoulder, and because I did it for 8 hours straight and didn't take a break because I'm just really clever like that. And I haven't done a whole lot of free motion quilting since then because I still have the occasional twinge in the shoulder, but I realized that I really want to have all these done and I'm not getting them done. So what I'm going to do, I've already talked to her, I'm sending these off to her, and she's going to just do them a little at a time. And as I get them back, I will get them bound and they'll be done. Almost all of these are personal projects. It's a ridiculous bag. This is my There and Back Again. This is Mustachio, which is actually a sew hooked pattern. This is my green and purple from the charm swap we did a few years ago. I think it was a few years ago. This is my Harry Potter swap quilt that are all blocks that were made by other people and sent to me. This is my red, white, and blue turn dash quilt with the antique turn dash blocks that I finished piecing at Retreat in March. And this is my Project of Doom signature quilt. So all of them except for Mustachio are personal quilts. They're all things that I will keep. I'm actually thinking my There and Back Again quilt will probably go on the wall in my living room. I have a really nice spot that I sort of just didn't put anything on, and I think it will go perfectly there. The really sad thing is I still have 2 more quilt tops that don't have backs, and that does not include the Doctor Who quilt. I'm a junkie. It is really bad. So hopefully next year I will start with less unfinished quilts. That's the goal. I would like to start 2014 with less unfinished quilts. I'd like to start 2014 with less things to do, and I would like to keep my projects that are ongoing sort of, I would like to narrow the focus a little bit. I would like to be working on a Sew Hooked project and a Fandom and Stitches project and a personal project, and like that's it. Because usually I have 3 going for each of those things, and I just end up with too many things to work on, and it keeps me busy, but it also makes me a little crazy because then I feel like I'm not finishing anything. And I would like to be able to have a manageable amount of projects so that I'm actually finishing stuff. That, my friends, is going to be it for me today. This was an epically huge, and I hope it's not too long, video. I would like to challenge you guys to post a Talk to Me Tuesday video. You may remember this bag that I made some months ago. I made it sort of kind of for my daughter, but to be honest, I've made her a million bags over the years, and she's really happy with what she's got, and she has agreed that I can just do whatever I want with it. So I'm going to give away this bag to someone who posts a video in July on the Talk to Me Tuesday live journal page. It has to be on the Talk to Me Tuesday live journal page. All you have to do is Talk to Me Tuesday, post it on the live journal page. This includes anything posted last week, so if you have posted in July, period, on the Talk to Me Tuesday live journal page, that's ttmt.livejournal.com, you will be entered to win this bag, and depending on who wins it, I will put different goodies inside. I have a lot of things in my stash. I have yarn, I have fabric, I have embroidery floss, I have buttons, I have all kinds of wonderful, wonderful things that I would love to share with someone, and whoever wins this, I will customize the goodies that are inside to the person that wins. So please post a video, even if it's only like 2 or 3 minutes and you just said, hey, I'm still around, I'm still watching, I've been working on this, or I haven't been doing anything because I've been busy, whatever. Post a Talk to Me Tuesday, post it to ttmt.livejournal.com in July, and you could win this bag. And yes, you will get 1 entry for every video you post. So if you want to post a video every week, 1 per week, please. If you want to, it is Talk to Me Tuesday, not Talk to Me every day. So that would be really nice. I could do that. Anyway, 1 video per week, all of July. That gives you 5 Tuesdays where you can post videos, and I will fill this bag with something wonderful just for the winner. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye. If you guys remember, we took donations of blocks for... Could you stop barking, please? If you guys remember, we took donations of blocks for... Oh my god. If you guys remember, for this fundraiser, we took donations of Project of Doom blocks, and I had enough to make both this quilt and a small quilt that is going to be donated. Could you please zip it for like 5 minutes? The neighbor's dog is barking every time I start talking.